Good morning, everyone. This is Daryl Andrews, calm here, Coach D, and just coming with another one of my lives, streaming to multiple locations. And I want to take today and just kind of talk about something that I'm seeing a lot in the work that I do with the various organizations that we work with and individuals throughout the country, and that is it seems to be a significant increase in the amount of people who are experiencing deep levels of depression. All right. Now, let me clarify something with a timeout. I am not a clinical therapist. I am not a psychologist. I'm none of that. Do I have access to those people? Yes. Do I interact with those people? Yes. I actually interact with those folks and use some of them in some of the work we're doing. So today is a conversation. I am not a qualified therapists, and that would suggest that anybody dealing with deep levels of depression or trauma, please go get help. Don't even think twice about it. Go get help because we need it. But what I'm talking about today is what I noticed, and I noticed that depression levels are going through the roof, and I don't know if it has anything to do with the pandemic. There's some research out there that supports that it does. Being isolated, being going through this quarantine that we did went through over the years. I don't know, but I just want to talk about something to consider when it comes to this, because when we've been doing our workshops around self care, which we've been doing a lot of those recently, and when look like for the foreseeable future, one thing we talk about, there's different categories of self care we delve into, but one in particular that we delve into is exercise. And so when we talk about it more from a psychology perspective, because we realize just to tell somebody to do something doesn't encourage them to do it. Sometimes you got to give people a why. Now, I can go into some research stuff that tells you why exercise is critical to your well-being across the board. I mean, I personally, at this seasoned age that I am now, live by it. Like I don't like to go any particular day without getting up and doing something. In particular, as many of you know, the gym. But I just want to talk about, in particular, weightlifting as it relates to the possibility of decreasing depression, decreasing trauma to some extent. Now, like I said, some people it's pretty extreme, so I would again suggest getting some assistance. But um, for the some people that may not need it at that level, this could be a solution. Now, I have been going to the gym working out since I was 15. All right, and I never stopped. A lot of my peers who played ball with me in high school and college and all that, they just gave up on the gym the moment that their time was up. I kept going because my belief was always, why would I put all this energy and effort into building myself up for a game, but then I won't do the same thing to build up for the game of life, my body, keep my body strong. So I've been going in in particular weightlifting for a long, long time. And and you know what? I've never really ever dealt with any deep rooted levels of depression. I think I may have had one time in my life that I was going through something, but I don't deal with that, and that is not putting myself up on a pedestal or anything like that. But I really attribute it to two things. One is I'm a believer, so my faith in God. So I got to make sure we're clear on that. And I pray and I read the scriptures, and so I always have scriptures to help me with life situations and all that. So I'm good there. But I think the second thing too is just hitting those weights every day. I think that unlike any other form of exercise, weightlifting lifts stress off of your body, because what you're doing is taking the weights and you're working your muscles, you're working your body in a unique way, and it's a way of relieving that stress. So like with stress, if we don't do anything, we're just dealing with it internally. It's like it's in us. We're frustrated, we're full of angst, whatever the situation is. Each person's situation is different. We're full of angst, but when you weightlift, it's like you're pushing it all out. You're like pushing it all out. And so for me, Not that I'm here to be a fitness guru. I'm talking about self-care right now. That's what I focus on. Even though I do a lot of fitness stuff too, it's important to really look at, do I take care of myself physically like this? Or do I just allow the stress to compound and just continue to get worse over time, which then leads to heart issues and body issues and all the other things that we deal with, you know, as a result of compounded stress. And so, um, like I said, I've been going to the gym since I was 15. And so you think about how many times I've weightlifted. That's I don't even want to think about how many times it is. But then when I leave, this is why I'm encouraging people to really think about weights and even, obviously running. There's a lot of people that run and all those things, but I think weights have a more profound effect than anything else. Is you want to do this because I'll tell you something. The effect that it has on you physically, mentally is unprecedented. I have mentioned more than once. I met a lady years ago by the name of Ernestine Shepherd, and Miss Shepherd, what is the oldest female bodybuilder? I mean, she's 85 years old and still bodybuilding. And when I met her at the Baltimore airport, she walked around that place like she was 20 something. Okay, it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. But I said, Miss Shepherd, there's no way I'm going to interact with you without you giving me some tips. I need something. And so she said, weightlifting. Her sister died of a heart attack at 58. And that's when she started. She was, I think, a few years younger than her sister. And she said, from now on, it's about fitness and exercise, fitness and weights. And so she started training and hasn't looked back ever since. But this woman doesn't deal with ailments. She doesn't deal with physical stuff. She doesn't deal with mental stuff. She's not on any can you imagine 85, not on any medications? She definitely attributes diet to lots of greens and leafy greens and all that. And I'm not perfect with that one, but I do a really good job. But if you're dealing with depression, first of all, I would say go see somebody, get expert help. But then also can try doing things to relieve the stress. I always tell folks sitting around a lot, not doing a lot will induce stress. It's hard to get rid of stress. Young folks, I know we're more technically inclined now. We like our devices. Get up and walk, do something, get out there and work yourself, put the things down for a while and go do something, because that continual sitting and not moving your body, it's like that old law of inertia. A body in motion tends to stay in motion until acted upon by an outside force. If you're sitting still, there's no action. And so when things are hitting your body, then what you find is that your body ends up in a situation where it's dealing with stress that you're not getting rid of because you're sitting all day long. So just a little tip as far as self-care in the area of fitness. Make sure that you get some weightlifting in. I'm going this afternoon because I didn't get a chance to do it this morning. Typically every single morning, but I had so much work to do. Got paperwork galore sitting here. And, you got to get it in. Take care of yourself. And then lastly, I always tell folks, love yourself too. Because one thing I find is a lot of folks love other folks so much. They do everything for everybody else, but they don't do anything for themselves. So you want to take care of yourself so that you can physically and mentally have what you need to survive during these challenging times post-pandemic. So that's all I got for today. Take care of yourself. Get in that gym, work out. If you have any questions, just go visit my website, of course, coachdspeaks.com. And, you can always hit us up in the section where it says contact us, and we always respond to those as people ask questions about some of the things that we talk about. So that's all I got for today. Have a great day, a great weekend. And maybe this weekend, let this be your start. Get into the weights. If you're dealing with depression, start training, start working yourself, and chances are you'll feel a lot better. All right. I'm just going from personal experience. Take care. Bye-bye.